Okay, no, that's it. That's a whole. Okay. All right, welcome everybody. This is the last general meeting of the semester. Thank you for being with us thus far throughout the school year. It's been a pleasure being your president the past school year. I've gotten to meet a lot of you guys, and you're a pretty awesome group. So I'm excited to bring you guys the last general meeting of the semester. We'll meet our candidates for the next executive board up for the next school year. So without further ado, I'm going to get into some announcements, and then we will start the election speeches. So, yep, our vision is to foster productive, informed, and morally sound students at Purdue interested in healthcare careers. And part of that is electing a new board, and we'll do that today. So for professional development, we do have the preparatory library as always. So if you need to get some books, MCAT season is coming up. Talk to Mirai or the next librarian. There are still entrance exam study rooms every Wednesday, walk 3121. Volunteering, we have Springfest coming up. Springfest is a good chance to interact with IU School of Medicine West Lafayette students. It'll be in Lyles Borders Hall on April 15th. For Skills Lab, our last Skills Lab of the semester is going to be free CPR training. It is funded by the club, so go to that CPR training. We will pay for your certification. Yeah, it'll be a good time. And we have a representative from Inscribe here.
So my name is Ethan York. Inscribe. So for those of you that don't know, Strive is going to do all the back end charting for providers that way they can focus on meeting patients the best way possible. So what this company Inscribe does is we staff about, I think it's 9 or 10 different departments now. So we staff ER, hospitalists, GI, cardiology, ophthalmology, basically almost any clinic, outpatient or inpatient center you can think of, we staff it. There's plenty of opportunities to grow within this company. You can become a trainer or a lead scribe. Yeah, looks great on resumes. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. I'll be here. Or if anyone has any doubt, you want to have an answer.
Yeah. And if you think about it and you want to contact them later, feel free to reach out. I'll get you hooked up with the recruitment coordinator.
Yep, all of the information you should get.
Sweet. Thank you. Awesome. Dues, $10 a year, as always. And then here is the end of the year feedback form.
Okay, so as you guys know, I'll be taking over Carl's position next year, and I just wanted to get some feedback from you guys. I know Carl's done a really, really good job this year and I guess last semester, and we're all gonna miss him. But somebody does have to take over, and it's gonna be me. So in order to fill the huge shoes that he's leaving me, I want to hear from you guys. What went well, what didn't go well, any ideas you have for next year, things that you want to see. And then we'll try to talk about that over the summer as the leadership team grows, and then pick out some things that we can add on. So please be honest. It can be nice or mean. We'll take both into consideration. Try to be like constructive. Don't like trash on us. But yeah, please fill it out. Thanks.
Any questions? Sweet. Without further ado, we're going to begin the election process. The positions that are up for election today are the Treasurer, Secretary, Marketing Director, Social Media Director, Outreach Director, Mentorship Director, Vision Trip Director, Vision Trip Coordinators, Webmaster, and Librarian. We will hear from all of them, with the exception of 3 positions. And those persons have been automatically elected due to them being the only one that ran. So awesome to them. I'll point them out when they come up. But first off, I want Treasurer. So Mirai, would you like to give a speech?
Okay, so I unopposed that
For treasurer, I plan to create additional fundraising events, make more scholarship opportunities, reach out to new club sponsors and help out with the volunteering program. But I forgot to say, I'm a sophomore in biochemistry and I'm the current librarian.
Congratulations, Amira. Move this out of the way. Okay. Sweet. Now for secretary positions, we have 2 people running for secretary. First up is Gentry Gearhart. Here today. Okay. Oh yes, that's right. So I do have a speech, I believe, to give. Okay. Unfortunately, I have an exam this evening, so I cannot attend the elections in person, but here's a brief summary of why you should vote for me as secretary. My name is Gentry Gearhart. I'm majoring in biomedical health sciences with a pre-med concentration. In addition to being a part of clubs, activities, research, which are all detailed on my PowerPoint slide, I also previously worked as a medical scribe for 6 months, around 20 hours per week. As a scribe, I was immersed in the medical field and got to create great connections with medical professionals while developing my written and verbal communication skills. I believe I would make a great secretary not only because I have these skills, but because I'm a driven leader and want to learn and grow personally while pushing others to do the same. I absolutely love being a part of Caduceus Club, and I believe it presents all of us with extraordinary opportunities that a secretary would be my duty to share with everyone. I manage my time well and I'm extremely organized, so I would be able to gather and distribute out information to all club members efficiently. I know that as members of Caduceus Club, everyone here strives to prepare themselves for a career in medical/healthcare field. So if I'm chosen to be secretary, I promise to do my best to pass along those opportunities to aid in this process. Thank you, Gentry. And now, Holly.
Hello, my name is Holly Pickett. That name probably sounds familiar to you because I'm the one who annoys you with emails every Friday, telling you about all the awesome events that we have at Caduceus Club. So I'm running for the position of secretary again, which is the position I have now. I'm currently a junior, so I'll be a senior next year, and my major is health sciences pre-professional with a concentration in pre-medicine. As Caduceus Club secretary, I keep in touch with you all through my weekly emails, but I'm also in charge of managing our partnership with Goal Volunteering, which we hope to continue next semester. I'm also on our club scholarship committee to decide who gets our scholarships from Kaplan and other organizations. And I also drafted our official policy regulating sign-up events, limited sign-up events. That was the first policy of its kind that Caduceus Club has ever created. I've been Caduceus Club secretary for 2 years now, so I'm very familiar with how our club operates, and I'm passionate about maintaining the quality of this club and the many events that it provides to all of you. My future goals, if I'm lucky enough to be elected again, is to take on managing more service projects in addition to Goal Volunteering. I will also keep up my weekly communication with you all every week with my emails. Beyond this, I really enjoy being an upperclassman resource to all of you and to the new members of this club. I know from my own experience that being a pre-med is not easy at all, and at times it can feel almost impossible. And it just requires a lot of guidance from people that have been through the process before and succeeded. And so I hope to be that resource for all of you, whether you have questions about how the MCAT went for me, how I prepared for it, or how the admissions process works, because by this time next year, I'll have gone through all of that over the summer. And so I have a lot of knowledge to share, and I want to use it all to help you guys succeed. So I hope you will consider re-electing me so I can achieve that for you. Thank you.
Thanks, Holly. Now we will present our candidates for marketing director. Cool. Manish.
Hi guys, my name is Manish Bala. I'm a third sophomore in biomedical engineering and marketing director. I have some of my leadership experience up there, but I really just want to talk about like goals I have for the club. So in terms of goals that I have for the club, one of my main responsibilities as marketing director would be merchandise, and I want to expand Caduceus Club merchandise. I want to like hoodies, lanyards, backpack pins, tote bags, all that stuff. I really just want you guys to choose, and then anything that you guys like a lot and anything that's popular, we can put that up on the club storefront. But yeah, and I also want to use a portion of those funds to fund the scholarship for low-income students that are part of this club, just so we can help a pre-med student along their journey at Purdue who's in need. So, yeah, and then another one of my responsibilities would be food. Pizza right there. Yeah, I want to partner with local restaurants so that we can not only have food for our events, but also support local businesses at the same time, support the local community. And yeah, finally, of course, advertisement. I really just want to make sure that a lot of pre-med students know about Caduceus Club so that they know the wonderful resources that they have here and just really make the most of it. So yeah, thanks for listening. Hope you guys have fun.
Thank you, Manish. We have Michael.
So I'm Michael. I'm a first year student here. I'm majoring in chemical biology. So I've been doing research in the software for like the last I'm very active in this. I've been nearly every event. I've also been the campus student. So my goal is to more like advertise this as a free health club. I know it's like most people are pre-med, and I feel like we should have like more representation, like free PA, free dental, and all that. So we'd have like more room for events potentially. So everyone's not going to these things event all the time. And I also like get the word out more, like YouTube more, and reach out to like businesses, have more fundraisers earlier in the year, so we can get more people to go there. So yeah. Thanks a lot.
Those are candidates for marketing director. Now I'll present the candidates for social media director. First up is Beatrice.
Okay, I wrote this all down because I have a lot to say and I have to say it in a time constraint, so don't mind me looking at my note card. So first, I'm Beatrice. You can call me Bia, and I'm the current marketing director, but next year we're splitting the positions up, so social media. So basically, I have some of my experience listed on there, but all I wanted to say with that was that all of these leadership experiences that I've been part of have taught me really well how to work in a team and how to collaborate with others. And so that's what I want to do in social media chair. So as you can see on the screen, here are some of the posts that I've made throughout this year. And what I wanted to say is that I've spent a lot of hard work and a lot of time making these posts so that like they're up to our Instagram standard. Before the posts were like just really like just plain and simple. And I added some spice to it, and I feel like we've gotten a lot of engagement out of it. When you look at the Instagram stats, like comparing like our old posts and our new posts, we get a lot more likes and a lot more interactions now than we did before. And I did a little math, and last year, throughout the 2021-2022 school year, we made 25 posts, which like is very few in 32 weeks, because it was for the whole year. This year, I've made 60 posts, so that's like twice a week. So if I'm bothering with you with Instagram all the time, I hope that you're enjoying me bothering you, because look at them, they're so aesthetically pleasing. And so anyway, so I just wanted to mention that I feel like we've made a lot of improvement, but obviously there's still a lot of improvements to be made. So the first thing that I wanted to say was that I obviously plan to continue keeping up with like all of the posts that I do for the Caduceus Club events. I think it's really cool for the Instagram to be able to see everything that we do throughout the school year, right? So these are like featuring some of the events that we've had, like the vital signs, the cold blue simulation, all of these things, obviously I'm going to continue doing. However, something that I wanted to start doing was a story series. So hopefully with this story series, I would feature members of our club, either being part of our events or like successes that they have with like whatever their pre-professional career is, like outside of that. So you just got into medical school? Well, I'll make a story for you. And then I'll have a form that you guys can fill that out with. And I think it'll be a great idea just to like increase engagement with our members and like connect people even after like they've taken everything that they could from Caduceus Club. So that's something that I want to implement for next year. The other thing that I want to do is like create partnerships with other organizations on campus so that like we can share their posts and they can share our posts. I know we've been working to do that already with like the HHS like careers and like the HHS like student council. So I want to like keep reaching out to them and making sure that like
the health organizations like know that like we also exist and like we're hosting some amazing events that we want to offer to like every single pre-professional like health student and not just like the members of our club. Like we want to get as many people as we can. And then the other fun idea that I've had in the past, but I didn't get to like do it this year was Instagram takeovers. So for these takeovers, I would ask like either one of our lovely members, so a pre-med on campus or a pre-PA, whatever, and they would do like an Instagram takeover for the day. My other idea was reaching out to medical students or other pre-professionals or other like students that are already in grad school, like PAs, dentists, optometrists, and ask them to do a takeover of what their day-to-day lives look like. Because I think that's like really important for us as like pre-professional students for us to know like what to expect when we get to their spots. So I thought like takeovers would be a really good idea for all of our like wonderful freshmen to have like this firsthand experience of like what a day-to-day of a student like this could look like. So I think that's really cool. And it's like just a more informal way to get to know what your like potential career would look like. My last thing is like making informational posts. For me, I feel like medicine specifically because I'm pre-med, but any pre-professional career, it's very like vague and it's really hard to find information about like things that you're like you should be doing, like tracks on like what am I doing enough at this point? So I wanted to do like informational posts, maybe like once every 2 weeks, once a month, just with like where you should be at. Because I think that would be very helpful and I think like everyone will take a lot of benefit out of it. But yeah, thank you so much.
Next up is Kate.
Hi guys, my name is Kate. I'm a freshman in biomedical health sciences and Spanish. I just joined UC Club this year, obviously, since I'm a freshman, but I've really enjoyed all the different events that you guys have hosted. You guys have done a great job putting together all these different events. And so what I want to do this year is that I want to take all these incredible events that we have and just increase the activity that we do in terms of like just highlighting these events. And so like that would just kind of be like more rather than just like pictures, like we can like do like videos for these events, like videos showcasing like what we're doing. We can also expand the club presence because we also do run a LinkedIn, or we don't just run an Instagram, we run a LinkedIn. And so that would be a really good way to expand the club presence by connecting to local organizations, because there's the IU School of Medicine, but there's a lot more throughout Lafayette, West Lafayette, even down to Indy. Just like all the representatives that we have come to the different all the general meetings that we have. So just expanding our club presence, getting our name out there to campus, but then to all these organizations through LinkedIn, Instagram, and potentially building our presence enough so that kids coming on campus could discover us through social media rather than just like to be involved there. Lastly, I do want to highlight different club members and their accomplishments. I think there's a lot of really cool things that are going on. Like I know a lot of us don't necessarily know each other, but I think one way to get to know each other really well is by highlighting just different achievements that people do throughout the year. I think that's a really cool way just for like freshmen to see like what the seniors are doing, like what the juniors are doing, and different ideas for what you can do in the future. Like not necessarily just like things like academically, but just like things like internships over the summer, like different opportunities that people have taken advantage of, so that they know like what's out there and like what they can do.
Next up are our candidates for outreach director. First up, we have Sarah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Salmon. I'm the outreach director. I'm a sophomore in biomedical engineering. My main involvement on campus is Thesis Club. Actually, today I just finished up my last session of the Boyle University program. It's a great experience. I'm really thankful for Thesis for providing this opportunity. I've also done some other volunteering events with Thesis, and then I've also done almost all the labs that they have provided this year. I'm also an IHI and then also in the biomedical engineers, mentors and mentees. I'm mentee and I'm really grateful for that experience that I've had this year. So I have a lot of goals, but my goals for this club are to continue hosting themed weeks, the themed professional weeks for the graduate schools. Some things I'd like to focus on are trying to get more schools, more representation, so like NPH, maybe schools that have that, come present about that. And then making sure that all of them are recorded and posted so you guys can find them. Along with that, related to it, I would like to host more opportunities for professionals to come and speak. So I don't know if any of you guys from last year went to Dr. Lewis's talk. I really love that talk. It was kind of more of a storytelling or Q&A, kind of panel type. And I think that would be really beneficial because you can connect with the professional in a deeper sense. Another thing I like to do is obviously organize more labs with the IU School of Medicine. I know that is one of the shining points of this club, and there are a lot of high demand, limited capacity events. So expanding more on those events, having more of the same ones, doing different events, I think a lot of people would really enjoy that. Another thing, connect with other healthcare clubs. I think that's a really big thing I'd like to do. I really enjoyed the PA week with Caduceus hosted with the PPA club. I got to learn more about them, what they do, and then at that during the events in that week, the attendance was outstanding. There was like 20 to 30 people with the PA school. It was great. I loved it. And the last thing I'd like to do is increase access to more information about courses you can take and the postgraduate, undergraduate routes. So like others have said, I think it'd be really great to have all this information maybe in one place, maybe on a page on the website or on Linktree of courses that upperclassmen really enjoyed. And then maybe some visual roadmaps on a visual kind of person, so I think I appreciate that. And then with that, have a list of maybe like books that are highly recommended, YouTube channels, websites, and then like podcasts. Like I found the Pre-Med Years podcast. I really recommend it if you haven't heard it yet. It's great. So yeah, that's what I would really like to do. I think it'd be really beneficial for the club. So thank you for listening, and I really appreciate your support.
Thank you. Oh, we have Sammy.
Okay, so I'm Sammy. I'm an FYU student, and I'm going to be studying biomedical engineering next year. Over the past year, I've been an active member of this club, and I really love getting involved in lots of the labs with the IU Medical School, as well as the Purdue Nursing School. We did that a few times a semester. I've also really enjoyed some of the other speakers we've had come and talk to the club, so I would love to increase those types of opportunities for everyone here. In high school, I was the vice president of our medical club, so I've had lots of experience with reaching out to doctors and organizing these types of events before. So I think it'd be really fun to do that for all of you guys. Some of my main goals I have for this club is I want to help explore more opportunities with the IU School of Medicine, as they are a great resource that's really close on campus, so a lot of students can come to those events. Additionally, for other external shadowing opportunities, I would love to find ways to increase transportation opportunities for those, because I know that's been a huge hindrance for a lot of people. Throughout like this school year, we're trying to get to those shadowing opportunities that are off campus. And then finally, I would also like to reach out to local health professionals in order to get them to come speak to the club more, whether that be through Zoom or through an in-person meeting, because I think it's really important to be able to see the day-to-day lives of doctors, also be able to ask them questions and learn more about specific specialties. I think it'd be interesting to get an interest survey out to find what specialties everyone wants to hear from and speak about those. So yeah, overall, I know everyone is in a really competitive field in healthcare, and we're all looking for opportunities to get more involved and learn from actual doctors that are practicing currently. So I think it's really important to have these types of outreach opportunities.
Thank you. Now we have Patrick.
Evening, everyone. My name is Patrick. I'm a first year studying biomedical sciences with a pre-med concentration and a minor in Spanish. I want to thank you all for being here and for listening to me. Para mis amigos hispanohablantes, gracias por su tiempo. Y muchas gracias por venir. I'm not going to go through all of the lists of my accomplishments. What I want you to know is that through all these accomplishments, it's taught me to be very organized. I've connected with a lot of people and healthcare professionals. But aside from that, it's really taught me that leadership experience is quite incredibly valuable. In high school, I was vice president of our pre-med club, and I really found that to be a valuable experience. I think too often in the healthcare field, especially in pre-med, there's this tendency to want to be the best and to push everyone aside. So I think collaboration is really important. That's definitely a goal that I'd like to put forth as outreach director. Aside from those extracurriculars, I'm involved in the Schneebly lab, enhancing pharmaceuticals for drug delivery, as well as for biomimetic sensors. I think research is incredibly important. I think a lot of pre-meds tend to set that aside in favor of becoming a scribe. And it's really important to get a variety of experiences, and research is certainly one of those. I'm a certified pharmacy technician in the state of Indiana, and I maintain a bilingual certification through the AAPL. And the most important part, the one that I really like to drive home, are my goals for this. I think a lot of the skill labs that we've had this year have been quite valuable. You know, a lot of times as a pre-med, even in shadowing and stuff, you don't really get to enter the shoes of the doctor. You can see what's going on and stuff like that. You can understand it a little bit, but those skill labs are really important because you really are doing the work. I think that's incredibly valuable. I think a big point that I'd like to drive home, though, that I alluded to earlier, is that point of collaboration. You know, I mentioned that for a lot of pre-meds, they tend to sweep people aside and want to be the best. You know, there's nothing wrong with that mindset. Going into med school, it's important to have that mindset a lot of times, be the best. But at the same time, you have to recognize that you're going to be working alongside with people, and that collaborating now is going to set yourself up for success later. Lastly, I think that's really important to provide transportation to underclassmen. Caduceus has an incredible number of resources. There's a lot that's going on. Unfortunately, a lot of it happens off campus as well. So I think providing transportation for underclassmen, whether it be through incentives for upperclassmen, I think that's definitely a point that I'd like to drive home. Overall, you can see that slide, you can see the accomplishments that I made, but I want you to know that I'm a dedicated person, that I'm driven, and that as outreach director, I'm driven to help you and make you all better physicians. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to our candidates for mentorship director. First off, we have Ashley. Ashley's prepared a speech, so I'll read it off to you. Hello all. First and foremost, I apologize that I'm not present at this meeting. I am currently on my way to an exam. With that said, I'm so thankful for all of you for showing up. For background on me, I'm a neurobiology and physiology as well as psychological sciences major, and I will be applying to dental school this summer. I'm interested in the position of mentorship director because one of my biggest passions is showing others the ropes of college. As a freshman during COVID, I would have loved for someone to be able to show me around, and now I hope to be able to give that experience to as many people as possible. With this position in the largest pre-professional club on campus, I feel like I'd be able to reach my goal. As for how I'm qualified for the position, I've been a part of mentorship programs for Caduceus Club, the College of Health and Human Sciences, the Disability Resource Center, and Purdue Girl Gaines. I feel that being a part of all these different programs has allowed me to learn the ins and outs of what good mentorship programs look like. If elected into this position, I would help to foster an inclusive environment where students do not feel as if they are competing with each other. Rather, they would want to help each other out in any way they can. Each of us has the hope to get into a graduate or professional school, and we all know that this path is not easy. With the help of others in the club, I feel that this path will become easier for us all. Thank you, Ashley. Now we have Harry. I believe Harry also wrote a speech for us. Raised by a single parent and being tasked with the goal of becoming a first-generation college graduate has made my aspects of has made aspects of my college experience perhaps more difficult than I would have been for others, but has also given me the opportunity to pave my own path throughout life. I came to Purdue having no clue what I wanted to do with my life other than do something with chemistry. Starting out with as a biochemistry major freshman year, I was given the chance in my seminar courses to explore these possibilities, and practicing medicine was what I came up with. What I came to the conclusion that I was meant to do. Through my growth as a person, I have tasked myself with giving my full effort and dedication to the positions, which I believe would push me to the limits of what I was capable of accomplishing as a human being. We all know in our heart that we are capable of achieving great things, but it is only waking up every day and straightening our hair as well as our hearts that we may begin to understand what each and every one of us can do for the world, such that one day it can be a great place that we all desire to be in. With that in mind, I encourage you to vote not necessarily for me, but the candidate which you believe can achieve great things for Caduceus Club as its mentorship director. Thank you, Aaron. Those are our candidates for mentorship director. I now present the candidates for mission trip director. Sophia, would you like to give a speech?
Sorry. Well, as you can see, my name is Sophia. I'm one of the current mission trip coordinators. I led the spring break trip to Guatemala. So I might have interviewed some of you out there. And even taken a few of you on my trip, but I really enjoyed that experience. I hope those of you that went did. But I really enjoyed it. Guatemala was wonderful. I learned a lot. I had not been on the trip previously, but we were able to have a very low stress and successful experience. Everyone got along, and we even got a grant to do so. So next year, or if I'm elected as manager of the service.
Oh, no, you're the service.
Oh, I'm the director.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then whoever's the coordinator, I've been in your shoes. I know it can be a lot sometimes. But I'm here to help you. I had to fumble through it by myself also. Well, not by myself. With Max. Go Max. He's not here though, so. And we're gonna have a great time. And then hopefully we're gonna try to get more grants for that. That's another goal that I have. But that's all I got.
Thank you, Sophia. Now I present the candidates for mission trip coordinator. First up, we have Naima. Yep.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so my name is Nimai Boyd. I am a first year, but I had the luxury of going to Costa Rica last winter, which was amazing. Patricia kind of mean though, so I'm gonna pull you. But anyways, moving on. Who had to open protective mother? Anybody? Just me? I know, welcome to the club. And what do open protective mothers have when you go on a trip? Questions. My mom had a lot, and I asked Patricia, and she was like, yeah. And I totally get that. And therefore, this is why I want to be in this position. So my name means comforted by God in that kind of essence. So therefore, I wanted to provide comfort in the position. This was my first time traveling outside the country. And I want to instill that in other students as well when they go across. Because like, what was that plane to ride kind of hectic? And then going back in the night there, I woke up and they're like, our flight was canceled. I was like, whoa. So I called my mom. But I want to continue to like provide the community and that kind of comfort from the individuals. Also, I'm also part of Medical Spanish Club. So therefore, I want to provide a resource guide in order so people can like pretend like they know Spanish, because I sure did. So that's what I really wanted to foster, of like connecting our resources, because we have a lot of it. We have a lot of passionate students, and I want to connect us and combine us all together and able to create an impact across Costa Rica or Guatemala and other countries. And that's what I want to do. And I really hope you guys decide to let me, but I'm down for whatever. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Arian.
Hi, I'm Aryan, and I'm majoring in kinesiology and pre-BA concentration. So first off, I want to start by talking about the relevant experiences I have to be a successful medical trip coordinator. So I actually, after the pandemic hit India, actually remotely led a vocational training program where we chose 50 unemployed women and single mothers who had to support their families by themselves. And we kind of trained them with different skills, and we taught them how to operate a sewing machine. We gave them free sewing machine and got them jobs. So in this mission, I was supposed to be the operation, and yeah, so I was the, oh my God. So I was supposed to be the head of the operation and management. So what I did for that was I organized a training ground for them, and I funded them, like we crowdfunded money and got them different locations to work in, and we provided them with a safe environment. Secondly, I was a resident assistant in an international boarding school for 2 years, which kind of helped me to develop a good, safe environment and living space for people from different cultures and backgrounds, which will actually help me, help me with the students I get to take on the trip and just provide them with a safe environment. Lastly, how many of you guys here are international students? So I expected that. Like, as we can see, we don't have many international students in this club. And it is because we are not permitted to work outside Purdue without a working visa, and most of the students don't get a working visa, which means that it's unfortunate that we are not able to get clinical hours anywhere outside Purdue, and it's so hard to get clinical hours in Purdue because we can't work for push or anything. So as you guys know, most of you must be knowing this, that for medical school we need 100 and 150 hours. For PA school, you need 1,000 to 4,000 hours of clinical experience, and for PTOT schools, you need 750 plus hours. And for international students, it becomes impossible to gather these hours, and mission trips can be one of the only ways they can gather these hours. So I feel like my goal is not only to be the medical coordinator, but also make clinical hours as accessible as possible for every single student, international student in Purdue. And like, we can gather more international students in this club and help them get their clinical hours done in the upcoming years. And I feel like it could be one of the big things. So I feel that is one of my biggest goals. And as we know, medical trips help you not only help the people in need, but also grow your own cultural awareness and how you can like help others, and you become more aware about things around you. And I feel like I'm a really good candidate to help you navigate that. And I really hope you guys choose me as your medical trip coordinator, and I'll do my best to serve you guys and get more international students and help them out with different things. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Mia. Yeah, we do have a statement from her. Please bear with me. So my name is Mia Schmeder. I'm a first-year student majoring in brain and behavioral sciences. I'm running for the position of medical trip coordinator. I had the incredible opportunity to participate in the medical campaign to Guatemala this past spring break. There, I witnessed the importance of simple medical care for underserved communities, which reinforced my passion for medicine and my commitment to making a difference. As medical trip coordinator, my goal is to help participants gain hands-on practice and deepen their connection with their motivation to pursue medicine. To achieve this, I plan to enhance our mission trips by working closely with our pre-established contacts to tailor our approach to the specific needs of the communities we serve. I also propose developing a comprehensive mentorship and training program that includes the creation of training videos covering relevant skills used on outreach trips. These videos would be made in collaboration with experienced medical professionals and TRIP alumni, ensuring that content is both accurate and practical. By offering a readily available resource, we can enable TRIP participants to prepare for their roles and responsibilities and effectively provide care and support to those in need. Moreover, these training videos could serve as a valuable resource not only for our team, but for other medical campaign programs and future generations of volunteers. By focusing on education, inspiration, and personal development for our participants, we can nurture a deeper passion for medicine, enhance the overall experience of mission trips, and create lasting change in the communities we serve. Thank you for considering me for this position. Thank you. Next up is Anthony. Good evening, Caduceus Club. My name is Anthony, and I'm running for mission trip coordinator. Forgive my absence. I unfortunately had prior engagements to proctor an exam. I'm a junior in biomedical health sciences and a minor in biology. And this is my first year, and this last year was my first year as a member of the Purdue Caduceus Club. In the fall of 2022 semester, I interviewed and was chosen to be a part of the spring break 2023 service trip to Guatemala with Sophia Dietz and other wonderful Caduceus Club members. This opportunity was single-handedly the best experience I've had in my college years, and I know I had to be a part of this trip again. We had the amazing chance to spend a week in Antigua and help locals who were in serious need of medical attention. I also saw firsthand problems that arose when traveling to another country with a large group and the skills needed to overcome these challenges. With my previous leadership skills as an honor college mentor, team lead, and the teaching instructor for Biology 203 and 204 laboratories, I know that I have the skills needed to plan a successful mission trip. As a late joiner to this extraordinary club, I'm committed to not let any more opportunities pass me by, and therefore I'm taking this chance to contribute to this premier group. With these previous experiences and those that will continue to make, I know that I will be well suited to lead Caduceus Club members on a memorable mission trip like the ones I had. Thank you, Anthony. Now for the position of webmaster.
Hi guys, my name is Sarah. This year I was the webmaster. Some things I accomplished is I created the LinkedIn, but that will now be the social media chair's job. I also made a lot of improvements to the website, so if you haven't checked it out or used it, please do. I put a lot of work in. So I created a roadmap to help basically guide you through what steps you need to do each year. And then I increased resources for all those and then helped with the pre-PA week. Goals for next year. So just create more access, more information for test prep, shadowing, volunteer, professional programs. And then work with the social media chair to create videos of our events, not only to help with marketing and stuff like that, but also for anyone that can attend, so they have that information. And then I want to, like I did for pre-med, create a roadmap for all the other medical professions. So, because I know it can be confusing in that way. If you guys have any feedback for me or anything you want to see on the website, feel free to email me. Thank you.
Sarah is going to be our webmaster, for next year. So congratulations. Now I will present to you the candidates for librarian. First up is Gianna. I think Gianna also wrote a statement. So let me read that out. Hi, everyone. Sorry I wasn't able to make it to today's meeting. My name is Gianna. I am a sophomore studying genetics and minoring in computer science. I would love to be the librarian for Caduceus for the upcoming year. I'm currently researching for the Purdue libraries, where I analyze large-scale plant genomics. This has made me highly organized and detail-oriented. I understand that getting educational materials is important, especially to pre-med students. I hope to be able to expand our current inventory, keep up to date with the most recent practices. Additionally, I hope to make these materials easily accessible to all members of Caduceus. I'm also proficient in various library management systems and would ensure that our library is well organized and well maintained. Finally, I'm a strong communicator and team player. I believe that effective communication is crucial to any organizational setting. I would hope that all members of the club are aware of the resources available to them in the library. Additionally, I am always willing to collaborate with other members of the club or other clubs to improve the library and make it a more efficient and valuable resource for all. Thank you all. Next, we have Kristen.
I haven't met everyone yet, but my name is Kristen, and I'm new to the club. I'm a freshman in behavioral sciences. This is my first year in the club, obviously. And I just want to say that I participated in a lot of it this semester, and I had so much fun. And I really appreciate this because I have no one in my family involved in the medical field, so it was really a shock to me when Carl told me 2 weeks ago that the MCAT is 8 hours long. But nonetheless, I am pursuing to be a psychiatrist or something of the sort, and I'm very well organized, and I haven't done a lot of leadership opportunities here at Purdue, but I was the president of my FFA chapter back home. And I was the vice president of the NHS chapter. So I think it would be really fun for me to be librarian because I can meet everyone and I love learning and I love learning more about things I don't know. So I'm constantly learning more and more about like medical school and everything that follows because I don't know much about it. And I would like to share knowledge with everyone because when I learn something, I always like to tell everyone around me to make sure they know too. And I don't know much about the Caduceus Library, and I think like a lot of freshmen don't really know much because they're not really thinking about like impact textbooks, but I think people would be like surprised about how much you can learn in there, and I'd be really excited to be like hosting them and telling them things that they maybe don't, answering questions, and just helping anyone who needs like resources. And I'm very open to suggestions, so if you don't like a book, I'm very okay with being like, I will go tell them to get a new book. You don't need this. So yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, all our candidates, for participating in the elections, giving their speeches. Now this is the process of how we're going to vote. So it's going to be ranked choice voting. We're going to send out a form after this meeting, and the slides will also be sent out. And in addition to, we'll also have the recording sent out to you so that you can view it back whenever you need to, or if you want to think about the candidate again. The form will close on Friday at 11:59, and you must be a member on Boilerlink to vote. Does anybody have any questions about that? Sweet. That's that. Thank you so much for attending the meeting. If you have any questions, feel free to come up. And I've enjoyed serving as your president this year. Thanks, everybody.